ready to work on some math. Today we're going to be working on Eureka Module 5, Lesson 10. So let's go ahead and get started. So our objective is we're going to use math drawings to represent additions with up to 2 compositions and relate drawings to the addition algorithm. So what that means is we're going to have the algorithm and we are going to make the drawings for the algorithm to represent them. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, things to remember: the sum is the answer to an addition problem. We need to remember that 1 10 is equal to 10 ones. I always like to say 1 big is equal to 10 littles. And we also have to remember that 10 tens is equal to 100. For this lesson, we also have to remember that we have a place value chart with place value chips. That's what we've been seeing a lot of. But remember, that's the same as this. So just because my dots today don't have the place value chip with a 1 in them, that's fine. If they're in the ones place, it's still a 1. It does not need to be a place value chip to represent a 1, a 10, or a 100. As long as it's in the right place, then we're all good. So materials for today: you can have a place value mat. It might be handy if you have it in one of those sleeves where you can write on it, or go ahead and get a whiteboard and a marker. No place value chips today. You're going to be drawing them all on your own. So let's go ahead and get started. So for our application problem, our problem says Benji has 36 crayons. Anna has 12 fewer crayons than Benji. So how many crayons does Anna have? So for this lesson, we're going to be using the RDW method. Remember, RDW is to read, draw, and write. So we already read the problem. Now let's go ahead and draw it out. So we have Benji. He has 36 crayons, and Anna has, I don't know how many crayons. If I know that she has 12 fewer, I could put that 12 fewer as my part. So let's see how we figure out how many crayons Anna has. If I take the number of crayons that Benji has, which is 36, and I know that the difference is 12, to find out how many Anna has, I need to find out that number that's missing right there. So 36 take away is equal to 12. Well, I can also rewrite the problem like this. Remember, we have part, part, whole, and whole, part, part. Well, if I have one part, I know that I can find the other add-in. So I could start at 12, and I know that the whole is 36. So the way I'm going to solve this is with the arrow way. So I'm going to start at 12, and then I want to end up at 36. So if I'm going to end up at 36 and I start at 12, well, let's go ahead and just add 10. So 12 plus 10 is 22. I'm not quite at 36 yet, so let's add 10 more. And that's going to put me at 32. So how many more do I need to make it to 36? Well, I just need 4 more. So I can find my missing add-in by adding those numbers together. That is 24. So if I find the missing add-in, I also find how many crayons Anna has. So now we know that Anna has 24 crayons. So this is a 2-part problem, so let's look at the other part. How many crayons do they have all together? Well, now that we know that Anna has 24 crayons and Benji has 36 crayons, we can just add those numbers together. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing that 6 and 4, those make a 10. So if I put those numbers together, I have 10, and then 3 tens plus 2 tens is equal to 50. So now I could just rewrite that number sentence, 50 plus 10. Can you do that in your head? I can do that in my head. 50 plus 10 is equal to 60, so they have 60 crayons all together. So let's go ahead and get started with our concept today. So our first problem is 126 plus 160. So if you have your whiteboard handy, I want you to go ahead and draw a place value chart. Now remember, we've been using those fancy place value mats, but if you don't have one, you can always draw one that looks just like this. You just need to draw 3 lines and put hundreds, tens, and ones. Now let's make that first number, 126. So I have 100, 2 tens, and 6 ones. So let's go ahead and make the second number. That's 100, 6 tens, and 0 ones. Now let's go ahead and show this number in the algorithm, written nice and straight. All my numbers are lined up, so I have 126 plus 160. So let's go ahead and get started with that ones column. I have 6 ones plus 0. Well, I don't have anything to do there, so let's go ahead and just put 6 ones. Now let's look at that tens column. I have 2 tens plus 6 tens, and that's equal to 8 tens. So let's go ahead and look at that hundreds column. I have 100 plus another 100, and that's equal to 200s. So 126 plus 160 is equal to 286. Now, when we have a problem like this, I like to call this problem a gift because we didn't have to regroup or do anything to it. We just got to line it up and add it up, and it was nice and simple. So whenever you have a problem like this, just say, thank you for the present, because having a gift like this is so wonderful because you don't have to do anything. So our first problem was a gift, but the next few problems we are going to have to make bundles. So let's go ahead and do that. So our next problem is 326 plus 167. So there's my place value chart. And let's go ahead and write the first number. I have 3 hundreds, 2 tens, and 6 ones. So let's look at the second number, 100, 6 tens, and 7 ones. Let's line this number up with the algorithm, 326 plus 167, and let's start at that ones place. I have 6 ones plus 7 ones. Can I make a group of 10? Absolutely, because 6 plus 7 is equal to 13 ones. So let's go ahead and make a group of 10 right there. And you can see what I did. I'm going to get ready to make a new group of 10, and there we go. Now remember, when you're drawing your own, you can see that I put an X there. Now normally when I'm doing my presentations for you, I make the dots disappear, but when you're doing this with pencil and paper, you can't make those dots disappear. So just put an X on them so you know that you don't count those anymore. And instead of 13 ones, I now have 3 ones. So now how would I show that in the algorithm? Remember, we have a new bundle of 10 and 3 ones, so put your 10 up high and your ones down low. So there is my new bundle of 10, and I have my 3 ones. So you can see that my algorithm still matches my place value chart. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tens. I have 2 tens plus 6 tens, and then I have one more group of 10 that I just added in. So 2 tens plus 6 tens is 8 tens, plus one more is 9 tens. So to put that in the algorithm, I just put it right there in the tens place, and I'm done. So let's go ahead and let's look at the hundreds. So I have 3 hundreds and 100, so I add them together and I have 4 hundreds. So altogether, 326 plus 167 is equal to 493. Okay, let's look at the next problem. 462 plus 284. So here's my chart, and let's make that first number 4 hundreds, 6 tens, and 2 ones. Our second number is 2 hundreds, 8 tens, and 4 ones. And when we line them up on the algorithm, it looks just like this, 462 plus 284. So remember, we always start with the ones place, and I have 2 plus 4. Do I have a group of 10? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, I have 6 ones, so I could just put that number straight in the algorithm. Now that we're done with our ones, let's look at the tens. So I have 6 plus 8, and that is equal to 14 tens. Can I make a bundle of 10? Yes, I can. So let's go ahead and circle our tens and send it on over. And there is my new 100 now. So remember, I'm going to go ahead and cross these off because I don't need them anymore. And how many tens do I have left? I have 4 tens left. With my new 100 and my 4 tens, remember to put that in the algorithm. I put my 10 up high and my ones down low. So now I have an extra 100 right there on the equal sign that I can't forget to add. So let's go ahead and look at the hundreds place. I have 4 hundreds plus 2, and then our new 100 right there is 7 hundreds. And to put it in the algorithm, I just add it right there. So altogether, 462 plus 284 is equal to 746. And that's it for today. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the first 2 problems in your problem set. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. Okay, we have 3 problems to work through today, not 2. And what we're going to do is this first problem is 117 plus 170. Now you have your place value mat where you can do your drawings, and you also have the problem written in vertical form right here for you. Now this problem is a gift. You will not have to bundle. So what I want you to do is go ahead and solve this problem on your own. I'm going to show you how to work on the second problem because that first problem is so easy, you can just do that on your own. So if you have Seesaw and you have your Seesaw tools, remember you can go ahead and use your marker, and I like to use this size right here in the middle, and we're gonna make 217. So let's go ahead and make 200, 110, and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to make our next number 173. I'm going to change the color just because when we change the color, it's kind of nice so you can see the different numbers. So I have 100, 7 tens, so there's 5, 6, 7, and then I have 3 ones. 1, 2, and 3. So now I am ready to add these numbers. So I see the 7 plus 3. I'm going to go ahead and use the highlighter tool because that's a little friendlier to use. And this is a group of 10 right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle it and send it on over, and then I'm going to make a new 10, just like that. So remember what we can do. We can cross this off, and when I write it in my algorithm, remember I put my new 10 below, and then I can make a 0 just like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at our 10s. I have 1 plus 1 because that's our new bundle, so that's 2, and then 7 more, so that is equal to 9, and then on my hundreds I have 2 plus 1, and that is equal to 3. And there you go. So my answer is 390. You can see that I did the drawing for you here, and then I also solved the algorithm just like that. So the next problem that I want you to solve, you will have to bundle, so make sure you saw how I did that. And on this one, like I said, it's just a gift. You can just add straight down. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.